You know, like most people, I don't like to be wrong about things. Like, sure, it gives me an excuse to correct myself, but I feel like, it's a reflection on yourself. If you're constantly wrong about something, then maybe you're just an idiot. And I don't think I'm an idiot. I'm not constantly wrong about things, but when I am wrong about something, I like to come along and correct myself and let you guys know kind of where I went wrong. Because yesterday, I made a video talking about the PS5 Pro that did hit gaming trending. So thank you guys for watching that video. If you're new to the channel, I hope you guys subscribed. But, I was a little bit wrong in that video. Because this situation with the PlayStation 5 Pro is so much worse than I realized. Because when I made that video, I was basing it on that video trailer. I did not see the blog post. I did not see people talking about some of the other facets of this system until after the fact. And then I made a pinned comment in the comment section of that video. But holy Christ on a cracker. PlayStation, you have lost your mind. Mark Cerny, you have lost your mind. Herman Holst, you have lost your mind with this damn PlayStation 5 Pro. So let's correct myself here, because this situation, this is much worse. This is much worse than I initially thought that it was. So here's a little blog post, Star Wars Outlaws as the freaking little advertisement on there. That's cute. Welcome to PlayStation 5 Pro, the most visually impressive way to play games on the PlayStation. Okay, and we learned about this sort of stuff. Oh, look, here's the system. We got this trailer. Here are the 3 bullet points, the 3 cores of this system, the upgraded GPU with 67% more compute units and 28% faster memory. Because when I play a video game, I think, what's my compute units looking like here? I need them to be better. Advanced ray tracing, the biggest gimmick of this generation, and AI-driven upscaling, which, PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution, that's cool. That's cool. I'm not going to complain about that. AI upscaling is definitely the way of the future. So this is all the stuff that we talked about yesterday. And Cerny comes out there and talks about it. There's going to be PS5 Pro Game Boost, which can be applied to more than 8,500 backwards compatible PS4 games on the PS5. This feature may stabilize or improve the performance of games. There's enhanced image quality as well. Okay, so you know what? This is fine. VRR, 8K gaming. Nobody has an 8K television. This is fine. And people seem to, companies seem to be liking it. Here's a list of games, a bunch of old games that you've already played through, but maybe you want to play it with a little bit better visual fidelity. I am not quite sure, but, for some people, that can be something interesting. But here is where my piss comes to a boil, because we learned about the price of this system as a $700 system, and I made a mistake. I assumed that, hey, this comes with a disk drive because it's $700. It comes with a disk drive. It has to. That's why it's $700, because they could have done it, maybe they'll do a digital one for $600. No, you go to hell. You go to hell and you die, because you have to buy the Blu-ray disc driver, the thing that they made for the digital, the new digital system. You have to buy that to play your discs. So now we're talking about $780. When you include taxes, you're talking about $800 to play your PlayStation 5 disc games that you already own, that you already played through, that maybe you want a little bit of visual fidelity with. And you know what else? It doesn't come with the freaking kickstand either. Doesn't come with the kickstand. The vertical stand is sold separately. And people mock me for putting my PlayStation 5 on the ground. I'm not buying a vertical stand, whatever, for this thing. You want me to buy these stupid headphones for $200. You want me to buy the VR headset that you completely abandoned, mind you. You've completely abandoned this thing. You stopped making games for this. But you want me to buy a disc drive. And now you could see where the problems lie with this. Oh, it has 2 terabytes. It has, it has a DualSense controller that we raised the price of, but you want that disk drive, you got to pay money. And this is where I have a problem, because not only is this ridiculous that it does not come with a disk drive for $700, they want you to pay $800. But there's 2 things. First and foremost, I am sorry. The more I watch that presentation, the more I'm kind of like, what did you show me here? You see, when the PlayStation 4 Pro was unveiled, at least you learned about upcoming games and how they were going to run on the hardware. There was some excitement with that because you hadn't played these games before. It wasn't games that you'd already played through and were super familiar with. People are currently posting pictures on Twitter right now saying, wow, this game looks great on PlayStation 5 Pro, doesn't it? And people, Sony ponies, are coming along and they're like, yeah, this looks so much better. And then people are like, oh, just kidding. This is a PlayStation 5 screenshot. You can't even tell the difference. And obviously, let me take a step back here from the rage. Obviously, when you play the game, you'll be able to feel something different. You probably will see a little bit more sharpness depending on your TV screen, because I'm assuming that you have a couple $1,000 television, because that's where you're going to get the most benefit out of this. Your $600 TCL TV, like, that's not going to do anything with this. It's going to be pretty much the same thing aside from frame rates. I'm just talking about visual fidelity with this. Your frame rates are going to get better. But if you want to play that disc that you bought, that's $800. And really, I think the bigger travesty of this is, you see what they're trying to do. You see how they're trying to kill physical games. And it's ridiculous. I talked about this in my gaming crash video with the companies that are behind physical game distribution in the United States. The biggest one went away. The new one that's come along isn't nearly as good. They don't have as nearly many companies with that. And because of this, you're seeing the demise of physical games in stores. It's because nobody is distributing this stuff. Stores are starting to get rid of their physical game products. Like the gaming crash of 1983. People seem to misconstrue what I'm saying with that. I'm not saying it's a one-to-one recreation of how the video game crash of 1983 was. Obviously, we are 40 plus years removed from that sort of time frame. The distribution of video games and the distribution of physical media is completely different as it was back then. But the fact remains, video game stores are starting to dwindle. Stores that carry a massive amount of stuff, like Sears and shit did back in the old days, are now getting rid of their video game sections, and companies are now making hardware devoid of any sort of physical drive. You still have that stupid ass Xbox coming out, but somehow that Xbox is going to be cheaper, the all digital one, and yeah, it's not going to be as powerful as the PlayStation 5 Pro. But when you literally have to sit there and scrape at the surface to see these visual enhancements. And I understand it. There are people out there who are going to buy this. I'm not trying to diminish that. If you got that FU money and you're living life good and you got $800 to waste, because you're not going to buy just the digital thing. You're going to buy the disc drive because you buy physical PS5 games, I'm assuming. Because no kid can afford this. Kids are supposedly the ones who don't give a shit about physical. We're talking about grown-ass adults here. And grown-ass adults are always the one preaching about physical. So you're going to spend $800 on this to get a little bit better frame rate, a little bit better resolution on the games that you've already played. If this came out alongside of Grand Theft Auto 6, completely different story. Completely different story. Because this is a big game. That would be something exciting to be like, wow, I need to upgrade this. But are the old games, playing the old games, a little bit sharper? You look at the background of Ratchet and Clank. You can play through that again. And the background's a little bit sharper. That's totally worth $800. What economy do you live in? I have some FU money, and even I'm on the fence about this. I don't want to buy it. Because what's going to end up happening is it's going to sit there right next to my PSVR 2 rotting away. This is nothing like the PlayStation 4 Pro, because the PlayStation 4 Pro showed you new games. They showed you the same old shit and said, hand it over, pal. Give us the money. This is the future. I've seen the future and it will be. I've seen the future and it works. If there's life after, we will see. So I can't go like a jerk. That's Prince on the Batman soundtrack, the first cut on that album. It's called The Future. It's a very good Prince song. That whole album is a great Prince album. There's tons of great stuff on there. Vicky Waiting, Party Man, Bat Dance. Like, holy crap, he did that in 6 weeks, too. Prince is the freaking man. But you know who's not the man? Herman Holst. You know who's not the man? Mark Cerny. Little bastards. Ripping people off. Ripping them off. No physical games for you. We will control how much these digital games cost. Because I'm sure they're just going to put all these digital games on sale all the time when there's no physical counterparts, right? Oh, this industry is screwed. This industry is screwed. And if it comes burning down to the ground, you know what? I might light up a cigarette. I haven't had a cigarette since January of 2023. But I might go out and buy a pack and just watch the industry crumble. Let me know what you think of this in the comment section down below. This video became unhinged as we went along, but that's fun. That's what's fun about this channel. John ain't getting on it. What's John doing? You know, it's a little bit expensive for the upgrade here. Can't make an opinion. Let me know what you think of this in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. Once again, big shout outs to you guys for getting that video yesterday on trending. That's some crazy shit. That's always good. It's always a good feeling. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.